So this is supposed to be closed. It says closed. It's over here by closed. I would like it to be there, but it won't go over no more. But see right here where it says Allen nut closed? And if we look down there, you see the Allen nut? The Allen nut is in line with the position closed. So I know this one is closed. There's a little bit of leakage because you see this water condensation. So back here where the cold air is coming from the supply, it's closed right here, and there's a little bit of bleed by and leakage, and you can see it's getting cold where it leaks by from the turbulence of the cold air getting past the zone dampener. But that's okay, it's only a little bit. And you can see all over here there's no condensation, so it's only right here where there's a little air bleeding. So we know this one is closed. This room is supposed to be closed, so this return should also be closed. It's not that important because there's nothing pushing into it, but it should be closed. We'll take a look at it. That return over there, there's a lot of wires up here. I know some people have been up here, things have been done. What is this? Oh, this is not for this. But let's look at this. This is the return. It's open. Do you see that little door flap right there? That is supposed to be, I can't turn it by hand. That is supposed to be closed. And funky things have to be done in here because it doesn't always work right, but we're not hooked up here. It is in the closed position, but it's opened. It says opened. And can I turn it by hand? Yeah. Oh, this one needs power to close. Okay, this is the return. So not deadly serious problem other than it puts this room into a negative vacuum and it'll draw from there. So I need to close that. We're concentrating on that mess, that the room. Look at this, guys. And this is fixed. This has been not fixed, but we've gone through this before to fix it, to make it actually work. There's a very extensive video series done on these 3 rooms and the mess up here. So this is the supply for the room 18, zone 1. This is supposed to be open right now. I see the light downstairs says it's open. There's no light for closed. It says open, so I know that's open. And let's look at the little nut down there. Yes, the nut. If this was closed right now, well, let's get that off of AF lock. I got that. If this was closed, the Allen nut set screw would be right here. But the Allen nut set screw is right here. So I know for a fact that this zone is open, but it's not cold. It's room temperature. Why is it room temperature? Something's going on. I know I have cold air. Oh no, that's the return. Sorry, return. Okay, that's the return. Supply is on the other side. So I'm ass backwards. This was the supply. Return, fine. Return is open. We see sweating here. This is the supply going to room 28. You see how it branches off? They used to have, what they have? One single, it's a 5-ton unit. They had one single 16-inch going back here. And I think this was our modification to give them an 18 or 20, 24. I can't remember how big we went up to. What did we go up to? We were just getting this thing working better than the screwed up guys who put it in here before. So it's a single 18. And it was all bunched up in 90 degrees and 180 degree bends. I mean, it was just a total wreck. But we needed to get it working without redoing everything. All the suspension, we did the suspension in here. So my son and I did the suspension, and we improved everything so it was straight shots into sheet metal, not some BS ducting into ducting and all taped up and all that shit they had up here before. We suspended it so it's straight. Do you see how straight this comes off? It comes off nearly perfectly straight and drops right into the rooms. And so what we did was we added sheet metal at all the 90s or better sheet metal, and we straightened everything, because what they did was they left like 25 feet. Like they opened up and they just bunched it around in circles and dropped it into the room. So we cut off like 20 feet of leftover. It's like they put the box in the metal and they left it all slinkied up. And we made it short like this. You see this direct drop in here? This was some of the extra, but there's a shitload of extra going around in circles and then dropping in. And they had it dropping in right into the boot with a hard 90 in the flex. So we removed the flex and we put in hard 90s, and we shortened up the length, got rid of the big slinky that used to be here, and we made it straight. If you follow it back, you can see it's a straight run going back there, and we made it as straight as we possibly can. We shortened all this shit up. This was big slinky mess inside here. This was a big slinky. And coming back into this room, if you come all the way back here, this is the furthest one. And if you look all the way back, we were almost able, keeping all the material, most of the material that they already had up here, just taking out the excess in between. And we made it almost a direct straight shot from the supply all the way to the furthest one. This was flex duct going down into here, and it was a hard 90, and it was like shut off. You could stick your hand up there and it was like only 6-inch openings here in the rear. So we put this in, zip tied everything, sealed everything, because these rooms were supposed to be torn down 2 years ago, and they said just get it good enough to work. But I try to get it good enough to work as good as we can without replacing everything and doing it correctly. But as you can see, we got that going. So now I want to find out why the rooms and that supply, one's on, one's off, and it's not supposed to be. So I'm good over there. Got that all straightened out. So everywhere that they had takeoffs and runs, they left all the extra flex duct attached and just left it all S-curved and slinkied and round. And we cut it all up and we shortened it. We pulled it tight. We suspended it off the ground. Got everything level as we could to make straight shots for airflow. It's all about airflow. It should have been, and then this was a single 16 going into here. This was the earlier video that I just posted of the 2 filters that are dirty. This used to be a single 16, and I opened it up and I put 2 16s for returns with filters, 24 by 24 by 2 inch. Now what I wanted to do was a single 48 inch. If I could have done that, I would have done 48 inch by 36 inch filter, and that would have been my to-go proposition for this to do it correctly with what was here. But time and money was an issue because this was supposed to be torn down and it never got torn down and redone, but that's still in the works to be done. But this was my best for 5 tons for returning, was 2 18s. So I think we got 2 18s for return with 24 by 24 by 2 inch, and that was good enough for government work. And that was it. And this is still supposedly geared for tear down and being redone, but I just got to find out what the airflow problem is. These are not returning right now. Something's wrong with the zone. So we'll come back and see what I find. Why is this one not opening? Why is there no suction happening right here right now? All right, be back.